today I'm here to do a March reading wrap-up. So, as some of you may have heard from my March update video, my March reading was going pretty suboptimally. It was not exactly where I wanted it to be. I think I had read 2 or 3 books by mid-March, and so I'm quite pleased to say that I have, in my eyes, redeemed myself a little bit, and I managed to read 16 books in total in the month of March. So those were pretty much all during the last 2 weeks or so. Because I was back on Salt Spring for a bit, I got to go to the library and I had lots of free time on my hands, and so things went pretty quickly. And I really enjoyed that, so I'm quite pleased with that. Apart from that, I completed my reading challenge, which I shared with you all already, but so yay, I'm 53 out of 52 books, because my goal at first was to read 1 book a week, which has dissolved into like reading all the time instead, which is fine, it's all good, but I've completed my reading challenge for the year, so yay for me! I picked 3 books that I read in the month of March, which stood out to me as being either really, really good or memorable in some sort of way. The first one was not a kid's book. It is nowhere near a kid's book. It's very, very serious. It's called The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. So those of you that know it will be gasping to know that I read it, because it's brutally honest. It's about the author's depression and struggles with suicide. So that was a really, really harsh read. It was really hard to sort of swallow that pill, right? So that had quite an impact on me, but I really enjoyed it. It was beautiful prose, it was a beautiful book. So I would recommend it for people who can handle sort of some darker themes, because it was a valuable read, I think. My next favorite book that I read in the month of March was called Whispers of War. Now, I've done a giantly long review on this, but I haven't posted it yet, so this video will probably be up before the review video is. But I really did like it. It's one of the Dear Canada series, so it was historical fiction. It was about the War of 1812, and this girl who, obviously she didn't go to the war, but her dad and her brother left for the war. And it's all about how she copes with this. So that was quite an interesting read. I quite enjoyed that one. I feel like there was one more book I wanted to talk about, but if I'm not remembering it off the top of my head, it obviously wasn't that spectacular. So I'll just leave it at two memorable books for the month. I think that's a good amount. Oh, Goth Girl. I'm sure that was it. Goth Girl. It was a beautiful book. Chris Riddell illustrated and whatnot. So I think I've done a review on that as well, so you can go check those out. And those would be my top 3 books of March. Goth Girl, Bell Jar, Whispers of War. And then just a currently reading, I'm reading right now Awake and Dreaming by Kit Pearson, who is a Victoria-based author. So I've been loving the Canadiana aspect, right? There's scenes of them on the ferry, there's scenes of them in downtown Vancouver, and I'm just like, oh, in my heaven right now with this book. I'm in love with it. So I have another Kit Pearson book. I'm very excited to read it. And that Whispers of War book was also written by Kit Pearson. So that's why I was interested in reading some more of her work. So that is my video for today. It's a little bit weird and rambly and sort of all over the place, but I hope you have enjoyed it. I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.